Hi everyone, it's Amanda from Loops and Love Crochet, and I just have a little tutorial for you on working the spike stitch. I'm making these spike stitch or long single crochet baskets here. And you can make them in any size that you like here. I made this one a little bit larger, and then here's a smaller one that I've been throwing my yarn balls into here. And the spike stitches I thought give it kind of a cool detail here. I'm using the Bernat Maker Home Deck yarn here, so it's kind of a little bit of a thicker, more sturdy yarn here to make the baskets a little more sturdy. And you can make them, you can change the size easily on these baskets just by changing the size of the base here. So you can just add more or less rounds of double crochet increases here until you have your desired bag base here. So I'm just showing you how to do the spike stitches for these baskets here. So to start the basket, I just worked increasing rounds of double crochet stitches until I was at the desired width for the base here. And if you don't know how to work increasing double crochet rounds, I do have a magic circle and increasing rounds video tutorial on my YouTube channel, so you can check that out. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds of increasing double crochet. So I started with 12, and then the next round's 24, 36, 48. So each round goes up like that. And the last one's 60. And then I did 3 rounds of just regular 1 single crochet in each stitch here. And that kind of brought the sides up to start forming the basket here. And now I'm going to start working the first round of spike stitches here. So, and I'm going to work a color change to start off with that too. So I'm just going to pull out my last stitch here. I like to do my color changes in the last stitch of the round, in the last yarn over, just so that the seam is less obvious here. So I've just worked my last single crochet of the turquoise color right up until the last yarn over. And I'm just going to drop that yarn there. Going to join in this gray yarn, pull through the rest of my single crochet, and then I'm just going to join with a slip stitch to the first stitch of the round. I'll just leave those ends to the side for now. Oops. Okay, so there's my slip stitch, and then I'm going to work my spike stitches here. So as you can see, the spike stitches, they start out with a single crochet, and then a single crochet 1 row down, a single crochet 2 rows down, and then a single crochet 3 rows down. So they're just the same as a regular single crochet stitch. A spike stitch is also sometimes called a long single crochet, and you just work in rounds below the round that you're working in. So I'm going to work over my yarn tails a little bit just to secure them before I cut them. I'm going to chain 1, and the first stitch is just going to be a regular single crochet here. And then the second one will be a single crochet 1 row down here. So there's my first spike stitch, and just be careful you don't pull too tight on the yarn when you're working your spike stitches. Like, you have to keep a tighter tension here for working the basket, so they're nice and strong. I'm using a 5mm stitch with a bulky weight yarn here just to keep it more sturdy and the stitches tighter. You just don't want to pull too hard on the front part of the stitch so you're making your basket bend down, if that makes sense. So my next one's going to be a single crochet 2 rows down. So I'm just going to pull that stitch up to the height of the edge of the basket. There we go. And the last one is 3 rows down. So just like a regular single crochet, just pulling it up. So there's my first set of spike stitches, and then we're just going to do it again. So we'll single crochet in the first one, single crochet or spike stitch 1 round down, and then a spike stitch 2 rounds down. And then the last one, 3 rounds down. Oops. So we're just going to continue on there, just like that. And then the next one's a single crochet, and then a spike 1 round down, 2 rounds down, and then 3 rounds down. There you go. So you just keep going all the way around just like that, and then you'll join back to the first stitch of the round with a slip stitch, and then you'll just be doing some rounds of just regular single crochet again, just 3 rounds of single crochet, and then you'll join in a new color if you want, depending on your color scheme here or how many colors you're using. Just joining in a new yarn, working the spike stitches again, 3 rounds of single crochet, spike stitch round, 3 rounds of single crochet, and then when we get to the top of the basket, however high you want your basket here, I just finished off with rounds of single crochet at the top, and as you can see, I worked a handle here, so I just did a chain, skipped a bunch of stitches, and then single crocheted all the way around until I got to my next handle, did another chain, and then did some single crochet again, all the way around. And then to make the kind of detail at the top of the basket here, I just used the crab stitch or reverse single crochet, which is basically just doing single crochet stitches but working in the opposite direction than you normally would. And there we go. It did take a little bit of math to figure out the baskets, so they were directly across from each other here to figure out the math on those. The same for this little guy here. So you can check out the pattern on the blog, and there'll be more details there. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy working the spike stitch, and if you decide to make these baskets, I hope you enjoy making those as well and finding things to put into them. Thanks for watching this video tutorial. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and remember to follow Loops and Love Crochet on Instagram, and check out loopsandlovecrochet.com for more crochet patterns.